Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today, number 4, 5, don't remember anymore. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome if you're new. This is just kind of like a little experiment for me of doing nearly daily videos and crafty chats where I'm going to talk about all the crafts that I do and whatever I have done in the past like 24-ish hours. Luna says hi as well. Do you want to go lay down, please, so I can make a video? Yeah, I'd appreciate it. I actually brought her bed in so that she could hang out. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get right into it and show you what I've done. So, all I did within the last bit since you last saw me was that I worked on my mixtape cowl by Paisley Pearl Yarns. That's all I had in me, to be honest. Because we got word of the lockdown, we are now in a level 3 lockdown again. And unfortunately, that means that yesterday was a bit of an emotional day for all of us. And we ended up meeting up with friends and doing what we do best in Ireland. So I only really got the color here. Do you see how the lace is fading into this green again? Y'all, this is my favorite stitch right here. It happens right down here between the orange and the main color. And now it's happening again in between the main color and the green. So I'm loving that. So I'm almost very nearly finished the stripe section of the cowl. This is so lovely to work on. I love cowls because they're just in the round and it goes so quickly and it's very satisfying. I learned a new technique. I learned how to properly change colors in the round, which I hadn't been doing because it's me. Come on. I'm still very, very new at knitting. So, and I'm super excited because I have a very special advent coming up and it should be shipping in the next few weeks. So that's going to be for Christmas. I might actually open it during November instead, just to have something to do. But yeah, that's what I worked on, and my plans for today, because I'm going to jump into a few questions and stuff here at the end in case you're interested. My plans are to keep working on the cowl, but I want to put a substantial amount of time into my Dark Queen of the Seas stitch along. I'm still at the point of the fish, and essentially right here we're going to be stitching the dress, or the hips. It's not a dress, it's the hips of the lady. It's her skin. She's got some kind of, there's like this dark shadow down here. You've probably already seen it if you're in the group and stuff. And then up here somewhere there is her belly. And her skin is blue, and I'm still thinking whether I want to do it 1/1 or not. And I think I will, because her skin is going to be so noticeable. But Heike and I, Stone Cold Coffee Crafts and I, were talking about this and how her arms and her chest and her face are probably going to be very noticeable and exposed in this, and that's a lot of 1/1 stitching. So I have to think about this really, really hard. Do I want to be able to keep up or not? But let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that as well. I'm going to give a really, really big thank you to Pippa Brown here on YouTube. She sent me something in the mail, and I'm just going to show you. Have a look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is a family crest and the Aran sweater style. This is if you lived in the Aran Islands way back when, if I were a McCarthy, then I would be able to wear sweaters and that would identify me as a McCarthy. I have not legally changed my name yet, but it's beautiful and I love it. Thank you so much, Pippa. And James loves it as well. He was just like, wow, that is really sweet. I'm not taking it out of the plastic. I'm afraid that it's going to get Luna's fur all over it. So I'm going to keep it in the plastic for now and maybe get a frame, put it behind glass, so that Luna's fur doesn't get attached to it. Let me see. All right, let's talk about other stuff real quick before I let you go. I know this is a really, really quick video. These daily crafty chats are going to be very quick. Tomorrow, though, is Wednesday, and I'm still doing my whip-in chats, so they'll be much longer and more involved, where I'm working on a project and kind of just talking to you guys. So I know a lot of you are looking forward to that, and so am I. First of all, I would like to just talk about yesterday's video, the second video. I uploaded an unboxing video about a diamond painting from a company called Pretty Neat Creative. Now, I received a lot of comments on that video because there is something special at the end. If you did not watch the entire video, you may not have seen that the problem was resolved. They sent me another canvas. They sent me the whole kit, the drills and everything. You'll have to give me a minute, Luna, okay? Go lay down, go. They gave me the everything over again, the full new kit in the tube. The problem was resolved. That's why at the top of the thumbnail, I wrote they made it right, and I had all the information. There was no link because that canvas is no longer available on their website, but everything that I said in that video, I still believe. I believe that there may have been a problem when they had shipped it out in the first place. I don't know why or how that could have happened. I'm glad that they made it right. There were a few hiccups with the customer service, and that is a truth. But I did get an email from the company, which I honestly, they wanted me to make it clear to everyone that they had made that problem right. I'm assuming that some people maybe did not watch the entire video and they didn't see the resolution, and maybe they immediately went to the company and talked to their customer service. I don't know. I just want to say that while I appreciate that there are people in my corner, so to speak, that doesn't mean that I wanted anyone to go and possibly start a fight with the company. That's not necessary at all. So please never feel like you need to do something like that. We resolved the issue. But it was kind of awkward to wake up this morning and see an email from the company asking me to clarify with you all that it was resolved. So that was interesting. I also got a comment from a lovely viewer from the last video about, where did it go? There it is, it fell over. This pin that I received, this cute pin right here. The katakana on the shirt, it says trans. So that is so super cute, and I love it. Of course, in my channel and in my personal world, I am perfectly accepting of all people, regardless of gender, sex, race, anything. I love people, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And I would strongly recommend that if you are a person who holds views that are anti that you kindly find other channels to watch. What else? The other thing, oh yes, so I did just receive an email from Peppermint Purple talking about their 2021 Blackwork Sal, which will also be free, just like this year. And she said that she knows that it's a little bit early to be talking about next year, but a lot of people want to put 2020 behind them and start thinking about next year. So in order to start that, she wanted to send out the announcement video and also give a link to her thread pack, which I bought. So she's created a thread pack specifically for next year's Sal, and I went ahead and purchased it because I'm going to show you in a moment, but it's just, it would be a lot easier for me to already have those lengths predetermined, pre-measured, and put on a floss card so that I don't have to worry about it. It is DMC floss that she is selling, and I believe that it was a little less than 12 pounds sterling. So I think that's somewhere in the realm of $15 before shipping. She also has it available as a kit with the thread and a needle minder from her. I opted not to get the needle minder because I am overwhelmed with needle minders. You should see them. I actually was thinking about making it's okay. I was thinking about making a little display for all my needle minders, but I have a whole situation going on right now, and I'm still unpacking and trying to organize everything. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but it does look really cute. You can't see my sunflowers, though. I'll have to make them a little bit shorter so that you can see them. They're beautiful. And I went ahead and I put up my little Bendy Stitchy Patreon freebie. Well, it was actually Patreon or her YouTube members got this for free, and I did a model stitch. I haven't finished it yet, y'all. I'll talk about that last. I'll talk about Etsy last. And then thank you to all of the people who said that they love the new setup. I really enjoy, I know that if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at the screen to see where I am or to see where things are, where I'm holding them up. But I do try to talk to you in the camera because I can't handle it when people talk to themselves in a screen. It just bugs me. But sometimes I do have to look at the screen. If you can see, I've got a bunch of stuff in this cubby that are things that I've wanted to make into YouTube videos, which may or may not happen. Some really fun stuff in there. I've got my paint. You can see all my paints in there. My coloring books and markers and pencils and things. Gifts. These little guys. Did you see these guys? It's been a while. These are my little unicorns. One is from, the purple one is from Enabler's Outpost. And the other is from Mini Diamond Girl. I don't think you can see them very well. I have a few resin pieces up here and just special things to me, you know, the Die Moon Shop fan. Oh, and here I moved my floss. These are all my dinky dies, you guys. Sorry, back up, Rachel. I'm part of the Dinky Dye Silk of the Month Club at Mislaid Pages. And so every month I get 4 skeins of Dinky Dye Silk. Aren't they beautiful? And so I just decided that I would take them out of the little box that I had them in and I put them on a ring. And so that is living there with my other silks and specialty flosses that don't have a home yet. So that is how I am storing my excess floss at the moment. And I did get a comment from someone, Jevilia. I'm really sorry if I mispronounced this, but you will know who you are. She or he, they asked, what kind of storage system do you have for floss? Truth of the matter is that I have been gifted a lot of floss that comes in bobbins, and I'll show you. So just under here, what I've decided to do is this up here is the same as before. It's where I store my small pieces of cross stitch fabric up in this wooden box. Then I have over here, I've got my diamond painting stuff. Because I've got like a lot of knickknacks and things for diamond painting, so those are all in there now. I've got all of my cross stitch books and patterns over here, my printer shelf, and then just down here out of sight is where I keep all of my floss. So I've got 2 different systems. The first is in little boxes like this. Again, these were gifts. Thank you so much. If you do decide to send floss, I really appreciate DMC because it is so difficult to get. It's very expensive here. And I know that sometimes people, they retire out of a craft, especially cross stitching, because it is just so difficult to see after a while, and I totally understand. So if you ever see someone who needs to give their cross stitching a good home, either I could give it a good home or I could try to give it as an auction item as well. So please contact me if you know anything. But you can see it's put into bobbins like this. That's just a small box. But then there are bigger and bigger and bigger boxes like this, and they're all numbered in DMC order. So this is from a very generous person. And then I had 2 people actually send me flosses. And then I have my system. This is what I've started to do for the DMC that I purchase that goes from like out of one kit into a stash. Okay, so if you can follow my words, what I'm trying to explain. I'm not very good at explaining. This is Mrs. Sadis silk. This is for the Pilgrim, the long dog sampler that I am doing. So if you can see here, I have index cards with numbers. So 100, 200, etc. all the way up to 3,800. So each one of these, if you can see, has a floss away bag, and inside the floss away bag is the skein. In some cases, there is a bobbin in there instead, and that's just from a kit where I had bobbined the color. So I'm trying to go into a floss away bag system because it is easier for me to put these bags on rings. I just find it easier to pull a length of floss from the skein and then stuff the bag with the excess thread that I have just cut. Pull off one piece, stuff it back into the bag. I like this system. I don't mind bobbins. It's just that when I'm working with the floss, I'd like to put the bobbin in the bag so that I don't have to rewind the floss onto the bobbin. I hope that makes sense. So this is the system that I have at the moment that I really, really like. I'm using an old wine box, so you can see there's a divider there. Pippa actually gave me the wine that was in this box. This was from my birthday. Thank you, Pippa. It was delicious. So I've just repurposed this wooden box for this. It was perfect. The perfect size. So that is how I store my flosses when it's not kitted up with a project. But a lot of the floss that I have is already kitted up with a project. And if you didn't see, or if you weren't here back when I did Mania in the month of May, that's where I started like a bajillion new projects. And so the flosses for those projects are still with those kits. Yeah. Let's quickly, 18 minutes. The last thing that I can talk about today, other than my hair, by the way, I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but I dyed my hair purple. It probably looks a little bit different, but yeah, I dyed it purple. And I've also, hi baby, I know you're impatient. I'm also doing that curly girl method where I'm washing it, but then I'm giving it spritzes in between. I know. And then using I use a curling gel to crimp. I blow dry a little bit and then I air dry the rest of the way. And it's looking pretty good. I'm impressed. The purple is because it's 2020. It's 2020. I work from home. I've always wanted, I had purple hair when I was in college. And why not? It's October. I'm feeling spooky. Why not? Okay. And then the absolute last thing that I'm going to tell you about is that I got another week of Drop Chef, which is an Irish box meal company. They deliver a cold box full of ingredients to make 3 meals for your week. We loved it last week. We absolutely adored the meals that we had, and I was more than happy to pay. I think it was a little less than €50 for 2 people for 3 meals. That is not expensive when you think about you don't have to, there's no waste. They give you the recipe. They portion everything so that you know exactly how much of this ingredient to use. And it's all whole ingredients. There's no processed food. So when it's, for example, we're having harissa chicken this week, and it's going to have all of the spices that you need in the bag. It's not like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a taco packet. Okay. A taco packet that you get at the store in the States. It's full of salt and sugar and preservatives and all this stuff to make it shelf stable, which is something that I believe the FDA makes them do. But, if you were back there in the days of Pinterest in 2011, like I was, you probably saw all these recipes for how to make your own taco, packet mix, and then just use a teaspoon of that or whatever. Which, obviously it's common sense, right? People used to use their cabinet spices all the time. This is probably a terrible example, but hear me out. So instead of having the packet that you buy at the store for $1.50, they give you the individual amounts of the spices. They put it all in the bag, and then you just dump it in. There's no measuring or anything. The meals are all done in under 30 minutes, and they are just delicious. So I'm doing another week of Drop Chef. I'm really excited. We have that roast harissa chicken with sweet potato. We have warm barley salad with rocket arugula and walnuts. And then the other one is, what is the other one? It's pork tenderloin with whole grain egg fried rice. Really excited for that. So I was going to unbox it for you here on the channel, but it's not exactly something I've done before. And let's be honest, my kitchen has gone by the wayside in the last week because of the Etsy. Oh, that was the last thing that I was going to talk about. It's 22 minutes. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. The Etsy shop is going to open very soon. It could be as soon as tonight. I am almost finished with the orders that have been placed thus far. I have a bag that I am going to walk into town right now and drop off at the post office, but there are still orders that I'm making labels for, and I'm ahead now. So I'm going to take stock, take inventory one more time. James is going to help me. And then I'm going to open the store again. So be on the lookout. Needle minders and cover minders for diamond painting will be available again very soon, maybe even as soon as this video goes online. I'm not 100% sure yet. But James is beyond excited to be helping me with the store. So I hope that you enjoy your goodies from my shop. Thank you so much for considering to purchase from me. We have a blast doing it. We put on our podcasts and our music, and we get to work. And I have to tell you that with this lockdown, that's going to be probably what we're working for, and what we're working towards, because unfortunately, level 3 means that my husband is now out of work. And so I'm going to be asking for his help during the next month or two. I believe that this is a 6-week lockdown, and hopefully it won't get any stricter than level 3. Level 3 is where we can get takeaways. And we can, for those places that will stay open for takeaway, which is great because it does break up the monotony of not being able to go out, but feeling like you're going out because you're getting food brought to you or taken back to your home. But I have a feeling that I may be doing a lot more, crafting, but also hopefully some more DIY and just enjoying the new space. I'm loving it so far. Once everything is where I want it and where I'm comfortable, I will try to make a room tour video, an updated craft room tour in hopefully a week or two, and to share that with you. So guys, I will let you go for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm giving Luna scritches in the back. She's loving it. So thank you so much for watching, for coming back to hang out with me. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to get to them tomorrow for the whip and chat. I'm going to have to be doing that from now on because unfortunately the comments are really hard to respond to now, but I do appreciate them and I read them all. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Happy, what were we calling this? Flosstober. I was like, Floss-a-ween. No. Happy Flosstober, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.